Hello! My name is Richard, the previous winner of the Shaman King tournament.
And my name is Carl, master of the sound test.
I really thought you were going to say former Hokage, like that was my prediction of how this bit would go. Anyway, welcome to Richard and Carl Play Daggerheart. Disclaimer. Do not take anything we say seriously, ever, for any context. Do not get your political views from us. Do not get your social economic views from us. And do not send me angry emails saying, because of you, my son is now a Marxist. That has never been my intent, although that is funny if that happens due to the things we say on here.
But I assume that's just a joke and you haven't actually received any emails at all.
Well, I do receive emails, but not typically for the... Well, I've gotten a couple for the podcast, actually. They've mostly just been like, thanks for the podcast. 'Twas fun. You should get a better mic.
Maybe if you got a better mic, we wouldn't have to do sound tests all the time.
No. If I got a better mic, that means it'd break more frequently. We've been over this. Like, I left for a week and then somehow broke my microphone. I wasn't here. This wasn't used. Well, anywho, before I complain about planned obsolescence in tech industries, what's new in the Carlverse?
Last episode of Daggerheart, I was talking about how I was ironically excited to start my D&D campaign.
Oh, yes, and I gave you tons of shade being like, are you going to say good things about Daggerheart in our Daggerheart podcast? And you're like, I don't think I will. And I'm like, well, they know we're not sponsored.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I do like Daggerheart for sure.
Note, just for listeners at home, I do not have a weapon pointed at Carl while he's making the statement, because it really did seem like I was holding you hostage there.
Yeah, the D&D recently decided that they would actually call their new edition of D&D 5.5.
I'm fine with it. This is good. This is an improvement, I think. Sure.
Well, it's definitely nice. I still kind of feel like I have to differentiate 2014 versus 2024. But saying 5th edition versus 5.5 does, slightly clear up some confusion.
Man, it was such a little improvement. I'd call it 5.2. Hey, I'm just putting this out there, full disclosure. You look at the amount of text that's changed between those DM guides, and I can say with confidence, Pokemon Platinum had more improvements from Diamond and Pearl than 5.5 has from 5e.
Ooh, I did like the Giratina dungeon in Pokemon Platinum.
And the Battle Frontier, man.
Anyways, more to the point, I actually did run my first session while you were gone, though. It was a lot of fun. But in preparation, I bought the 2024 DM screen because
you wanted the new rules in your face. That just makes sense.
Most of the rules are the same, but there's a couple of them, like exhaustion, they changed, and just a couple minor changes to other mechanical things. But one of the things that I found most interesting about the difference between the two DM screens, and this is kind of the ethos behind 5 and 5.5, and kind of actually this is the transition in general D&D. You and I have talked before about how classic role-playing games tend to be a lot more brutal, kill you without remorse or any warning.
Oh, especially things like Shadow Dark, which... not a sponsor, just a fan. And Deathbringer, a little more on the fence on that. And, there's a lot of, the OSR, the old school Renaissance games, that just expect you to make more characters.
Right.
Also, older Fire Emblem games, too. Mini rant, and I'll let you talk. Mm-hmm. So, at the same time that we switched from players dying in TTRPGs to players not really dying and it being the performance around death, like the idea of death saving, Fire Emblem games also switched from the permadeath and characters just no longer being in the story to some characters, like when they die, becoming advisors unable to fight, or being able to switch the game mode from classic to new, where they remove the permadeath because they've woven the characters more into the plot, so the plot wouldn't make as much sense without the characters, so less characters actually die. I just find it amusing that our JRPGs and our TTRPGs kind of fell a similar curve, where the more complex the writing of the character was, and I mean that for player characters in 5e especially, the less they want them to die, the more like emotionally attached they are to them not dying.
Right.
Anyway, that's it. Please continue.
Okay, so I mean, one of the obvious changes they made is that all the healing spells now heal for twice as much dice.
That seems unnecessary. I personally want to ban Healing Word from my table because it's a bonus action and wrecks the flow.
Well, now it heals for 2d4 instead of 1d4.
Well,
and then every upcasting level heals you for another 2d4.
Okay, one last mini rant and I'll let you... Yeah, so in Critical Role, which is a pretty famous show, people are probably familiar with it watching our Daggerheart podcast, they actually... one of the players mentions that they don't find there to be a point to healing during fighting, because healing someone when they're down, healing them by 1 while they're down, is exactly as effective as healing them by 30 while they're down. So, like, waiting for someone to die and then healing, wording them back up is just more efficient gameplay. Thus, my deep hatred of Healing Word. But please, continue.
Anyways, but... So I bought the new DM screen, and I'm looking through for all the differences, and there are a few. But one that amused me, which I'm sure I could find somewhere in the actual Dungeon Master's Guide, but they have a little chart for damage by severity. And there's a similar chart in the 2014 version, and the campaign I'm playing is levels 1 through 4, so I won't go through the whole chart. But at level 1 through 4, damage level and severity, they say... 1d10 is a setback.
Yeah.
2d10 is dangerous. And then 4d10 is deadly. Which, I mean, makes sense. At level 1, 4d10, almost every player is just gonna, like, they might even outright die.
I remember your druid dying to a crossbow. Like, yes, it wasn't your fault that your druid died so savagely. It was absolutely my fault for not balancing the encounter. But that's neither here nor there.
But so, I like to use this little chart. It's fairly straightforward. I probably could just have it memorized, but I like to use this little chart whenever I want to do incidental damage. For example, one of my players in the campaign I ran, they walked into a lewd scene, and they were distraught by it, so I had them take psychic damage.
Which, to be fair, in Daggerheart, that is my favorite use of Spend a Fear to give you a stress. It's just for random things like that. It's such a good catch-all for you take emotional damage.
Right. But so then I looked at the chart for the 2024 version, and, level 1 through 4, setback, still 1d10. And then they're like, there is no dangerous setting. 2d10 has now become deadly.
Yeah. Huh.
So, I mean, it's just like, so they, like, doubled the healing spells, and they're suggesting that if you want to have a deadly incidental damage, that it's half as much as it used to be. The ethos of 5.5, and like I said, this has been a progression in general, but the ethos is that the game is just far less deadly for your combat and traps encounters, and just generally, even though there's less ability to create rules around role-playing, that just kind of seems to be the new focus of D&D and tabletop RPGs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And apparently Fire Emblem.
But I found that extremely amusing that they just took out the deadly category, and now the deadly category is what used to be simply dangerous.
That's such a... Once in a while, a comment will come through that sums up a problem or a status quo very accurately. It's like, yeah, what used to be deadly is simply dangerous now.
Well, no, what used to be dangerous is now deadly.
Yeah. Well, it's
even though it's quite clearly not.
So, like, I ran my Daggerheart game between our last session and my trip, and I like to make the joke that in Daggerheart I've had the most player deaths in any game. And my player goes, the one that's died the most, goes, the reason I die is because actions have consequences, Richard. And you need to know that your actions had consequences, and the consequence was my character's death. And just the idea of, like, you, the GM, need to know that your actions have consequences, so I died, is such an interesting way to look at that. How do you feel about that note of players being like, no, if you're going to get us in a dangerous situation, GM, then I'm going to die, so you learned that you killed me? It's such a, like, interesting psychology that I'm still pondering that note of the player being like, no, you put me in a dangerous scenario, so I had to choose death to teach you a lesson.
That is, like, that's pretty hilarious. I don't think that's the design philosophy behind the death moves in
I think it's playing out more often that way than you would think. Like, so these death moves, like, I feel like on paper, it was much like 5.5e being like, no, these death moves are like, for fun, there is no deadly, you have to consent to dying in this game. Like, I feel like a lot of the death rules were made with, like, holistic, modern thinking. But I do think, at least in my experience, my players are viewing it as I need to commit to the narrative, so I have to die if it makes narrative sense. Like, your present company included, the times you've chosen to die are like, yeah, no, even though I could just not die, I think it makes sense for me to be dead here, so I'm going to gamble.
It wasn't so much that I thought that it made sense for my character to die. If you've watched our previous episodes, you know, the audience will know.
And if you're just starting here, welcome.
But you know, I personally was amused by the idea of gambling, where you risk it all, roll your dice, you live or die. I don't know that, unless I was just, like, sick of a character or it did have some narrative weight, I don't think I would personally choose to just straight up die. I would always choose the risk it all.
I mean, I understand the idea, though, of, so, like, the Blaze of Glory is an interesting...
Blaze of Glory
is such a good way to switch characters. Like, in my brain, you're right. Like, Blaze of Glory is a really convenient way to be a new character next week.
It definitely lets your character end on a high note. And so, like, the death moves that they are exit the scene, risk it all, or Blaze of Glory. Yeah.
And, like, exit the scene is easily the least picked one. And I've only really had people choose
that.
At least in my personal data. I don't know what their data indicates. I might just play with masochists.
Exit the scene feels like cheating.
Which is why I've kind of rephrased it, instead of it being you don't die, to exit the scene as your extra live system. Because each time you exit the scene, you could permanently take a scar, and when you take too many scars, you're out. So think of exit the scene as using one of your bottled fairies, but you only get like 5 of them.
Well, I mean, that also depends on how high level you are and how lucky you are. Because the higher level you are, the more likely you are to get a scar.
Which is why I'm considering home ruling something, and I'm curious your thoughts on this.
I'm
considering home ruling that you always get a scar. So
I definitely think that would slightly improve things, because there's 2 levels of certainty. One, where you always get a scar, so there's a penalty for exiting the scene, and then, like you say, you definitely only have a limited number, no matter how lucky you are.
Yeah, because it changes it to a backup live system.
Or there's Blaze of Glory, where you definitely die, but you succeed on whatever action it was that you wanted to do before you die. But then you do still have that middle ground, risk it all, where you just might be able to get back up if you're lucky.
Because, like, even with the Witherwild rules of when you take severe damage, roll to see if you get a scar, I've never given out a scar. No one's been scarred yet. And I'm on, I don't know, like, game 9 of our other campaign, and, like, I mean, I could just look at the episode counter, but I don't know. Our sessions have hit. What session are we up to? Do you remember?
I do not, and there's absolutely no way for me to possibly check.
The worst part is me looking up our own podcast page to check what episode we're on. There's just a certain beauty in that level of incompetence. But yeah, like simply looking at... Come on, load so I can give... So we're up to episode 16.
Okay.
So, because our episodes are about... They work out to being about half a session, roughly. Like, the Wish Thief aside... Actually, it maps about 1-to-1 because you're only one player. So each one of those is about a full normal Daggerheart session worth of stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that means across, I don't know, 16 games, I've gotten 0 scars. And even though the scarring goes on a curve, I don't think it's happening often enough for, like you said, it to not feel like choosing that option is simply cheating. But I sidebarred enough. Back to your D&D stories.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't really want to go into too much detail about the D&D campaign. I'm very excited about it because the random players that I got from the Facebook gaming group, while inexperienced with tabletop RPGs, have been very amusing people. And it's been very pleasant thus far.
Wait, are you running this in person with random people you met online?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part.
I love that.
One of them is my brother. One of them is my coworker.
Well, we don't count your brother. Just in general as a person.
But then my other coworker, I don't remember if I talked about it on this podcast, the other podcast, or maybe just off the air, but my other coworker kind of
fizzled.
Annoyed me because...
Let's go fizzled.
Yeah, he fizzled. He fizzled.
He didn't resolve on the stack.
And then my other roommate now has 2 jobs, and his schedule is too inconsistent. So I had to replace him, and then there were actually 3 other people who were willing to replace those 2 people. So I guess, yeah, that's a win for finding random people to play tabletop RPGs.
Well, I say that in a lot of episodes where it's like, hey, if your friends aren't being good players, just go up. I'm just happy to know. I get a weird amount of vindication when people are like, oh, I just asked random people and got a party. I'm like, see? You can just do that. Life's not that hard. Just be a GM, ask random people, and then hopefully it goes well. Oh, that makes me happy.
Actually, a random question. Have you read any of the R. Salvador Adventures of the Forgotten Realms novels?
Yes. I have these giant, thick ones just sitting on my desk.
I don't know if they actually release any novels like that anymore. I mean, they obviously release the content books, but I don't know if they release actual lore accurate stories anymore.
I don't know, because I don't keep up with it. Like, I feel like D&D books are... Like, I feel like, just in pure instinct, that I've seen, like, some Driss stuff come out over the last couple of years. Like, I feel like they do still come out. Okay, so in 2025, we got 3 books.
Oh, really?
We got 1 Salvatore, 1 Jaile Johnson, and 1 Delilah S. Johnson. And we had a Ravenloft novel, something called The Fallbacks, and something called The Finest Edge of Twilight. So, had I been actually paying attention, apparently RA has put out a book every year for the last 20 or so. And either Drizzed, or a couple of these just are not part of series, they just put out books. So I'm going to say, looking at just the Forgotten Realms wiki, 3 novels a year is pretty good, from 2 to 3 authors. There was a bit of a dry spout between 2022 and 2020, which makes sense because COVID. But it averages out to about a publication a year. However, before 2016, it was averaging 4 to 6 publications a year. With 2012 having 11. So,
wow.
The numbers went down. But also, at their peak, 14 books a year is, in fact, more books than people were... Maybe they were just reading that many at the time. I don't know. So it's down drastically, but it is still going. 1998 had 19 novels in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like 1998 was still almost before the internet, so.
Well, I'm just kind of like looking at this. Like now, I got invested in this quick deep dive, but yeah, a lot of publications. You know something I sent to like the Darrington Press, like the Daggerheart people forever ago, that I never heard an email back from, but is an interesting concept, is just doing a Daggerheart literary magazine where people submit their short stories from like their characters and campaigns, and then I think that'd be a cool way if you can't really afford to have full novelists writing things in your setting. Short story collections would be a cool way to do it.
Oh, speaking of short stories, I do have something else that's new with me, which I texted you when I got the email, but I finally got rejected by Strange Horizons for my story.
Bom, bom, bom.
You told me that they take longer to assess your story, but they get better feedback. But I am wondering, I haven't gotten any feedback yet, just that they felt like my story didn't match their publication at this time. Do you have to like actually email them and request feedback, or how does that part work?
You can try. I've never went through them, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
I've just heard this on the grapevine. But also, for the Gauntlet, that puts you as... So, when this issue of Strange Horizons came out, I know of 8 people who submitted a story.
Okay.
You were in the final 3 to be rejected. So there's only 2 people I know that are still in the running that haven't got rejected yet.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a nice feeling.
Yeah, for my like little personal friend group that submitted. So I haven't been rejected yet, and neither has New York Times bestselling author Eugene Myers. So,
at least I was last out of the amateur authors.
If I make it in and he doesn't, that'll just be baffling, and I will just take the W. But like,
right.
I don't know. That's my pitches to those listening. If you would like me to try and make, because with like Creative Commons, I'm pretty sure we can just make a Daggerheart literary magazine if we wanted to. Because it would just be a fan work and something about transformative fan roots, etc., etc. A Daggerheart literary magazine where you send in stories of your characters and adventures could just exist. It is a thing I am completely... 5 years of education later, I am 100% able to just make exist.
Yeah, you have the connections, you have the know-how. That could definitely be the Deep Space and Dragons Daggerheart shorts. I don't know.
Oh no, we wouldn't put our names on it. I don't know. I kind of like just Dagger to the Heart, a Daggerheart short story anthology or something.
You don't want to call it Cardiac Knives?
Ooh, write that down. Now you're cooking. Cardiac Knives, a Daggerheart anthology is great. Like, that's objectively good stuff.
But what's new with you there, Richard? I don't know how much you actually want to share on this podcast, but...
Well, so, not to go into depth, but I was away at the Acute conference doing academic stuff. And the only part of the story I'm going to tell is, so I'm a member of my panel, What Do We Need to Know About Dragon? What do we need to learn about elves? Which is about teaching genre fiction. And a person in the audience forgot my name and like, the Brendan Lee Mulligan looking motherfucker. Motherfucker wasn't said. And it's like, it makes sense because I was talking about adventure games and I'd rolled dice at the start of the session. I think that's the best compliment I've ever received in my life. I don't think I actually look like Brendan Lee Mulligan, for the record. However, for that to be what someone defaults to calling me is just, in fact, the most flattered I've ever been. Famous for being one of the main DMs of Critical Role, and being the guy that did There's Too Many Oreo Varietals YouTube video. One of my favorite things.
Yeah, I recognize that guy.
I love that that's what you'd recognize. I had a hunch, because I was planning to tell this story in the podcast, that you wouldn't catch current DM of Critical Role, did a bunch of their one-shots. Oreo's guy, you're like, Oreo's guy! Knew it!
Yeah, okay.
So between that and working on, like, projects and things and taking breaks from my projects. The stack of book on my desk working on my MMRP includes such titles as Hamlet on the Holodeck, Interactive Multimedia and Education Training, Twisty Little Passages.
Hamlet on the Holodeck. Hamlet on the Holodeck. That sounds like that episode of Star Trek Voyager. Where
it's the future of narratives. Future of narratives in cyberspace.
Oh, yeah,
And the Journal of Educational Multimedia and Hypermedia, and Hypertext 3.0. So that's just the stack of books on my desk for this project. So this paper I'm writing has at least 10 books involved. I'm not even counting articles right now. And the whole argument I'm making is you should give me money to teach a class on making text-based adventure games. And that's the point of my papers, is like, oh yeah, another new with me is I accidentally applied for a teaching position.
Oh?
So I thought it was a position for a tutor at this redacted location. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll apply for this, sure. So I get a phone interview, and they're like, yes, we need a 20-minute video of you teaching and how many classes do you want to teach a week? And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm qualified to do that. Shit, I wasn't planning to work hard over the summer. Yes, I'll do this, sure. But like, in my brain, I forgot that I'm qualified. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I am.
That's super funny.
I'm like, oh, you want me to do like the big boy job? Huh. Guess I can. Like, I did cover a couple. Last semester, my professor got in a car accident on the way to class, and me and my TA partner just got a text be like, hey, I'm en route. Can you just teach the class till I get there? So we just kind of did. We buddy systemed it because it was more fun. And then, like, at the 2-hour mark, they sneak into the back and like, no, keep going.
Huh.
So, like, I can teach a college class because it happened. This time I'll actually have some prep time instead of just, well, I guess I'll just cover it. Which I'm grateful to that professor for doing that to me, but in retrospect, that's a really funny thing to do to somebody. Hi, I'm running late. You got this, right? Like, imagine this.
And then it turns out that they got into a car accident? Is that?
The Uber they were in got hit, so they were in the back seat and were fine, but...
okay.
But it did make them late, like being hit by a car tends to do.
That does tend to make people late.
But shall we get into daggering some hearts?
Yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Although I will put one last plug. I've put out another 2 adventures on the itch.io, and I'm planning to put out a third one by the end of this weekend. So I think we're up to 6 adventures on there now.
Nice.
Including, I think it comes up this weekend with the fire cats in the wheels steering the boat adventure. And then the one after that will be the ghost town, petrified fires, cat cave adventure.
Nice.
But before spoiling too much, let's get into daggering some hearts. So last time on Cardiac Knife, by the way, why did you not come up with this before we started recording as a podcast name? That's so good. Passive aggression aside for now. You found yourself last session delivering a tiara to a lovely little hamlet, a decent-sized city in the one goblin-controlled kingdom of the Empire. After not punching a puppy despite my best efforts, you have successfully returned the tiara, captured the criminals, and by capture I mean beat to death to a fine pace along with a civilian. You find yourself...
they had it coming.
The random drunk dude celebrating a birthday party by the harbor had it coming?
Yeah, definitely.
You've done nothing to investigate this. However, the city is yours. The party affairs have died down. The water shows are done. People had to clean up some graffiti off the statue of Philip the Great. What would you like to do? And for context, you did get slapped off a mountain by a dragon, tumble down, wake up, escorted away by cat spirits, find an injured courier, grab their delivery, delivered it to this town, got medical attention. At this point, you've taken a long rest.
Yes.
So feel free to do that.
My armor is repaired. And I was surprisingly not
dead.
Injured or stressed out anymore at the end of that session. So, but yes, I am ready to go now. So how far away are we from the dragon's lair?
About 4 days or so.
4 days, huh?
So at this point, it'd be about equal distance to go to the dragon's lair or to the city of Allura.
Right. But I mean, like, that dragon's gotta die. I think we gotta get rid of that guy. He's dangerous. He's gonna take over the world if we aren't careful.
It's a distinct possibility.
So I've gained some renown in this city and all over the continent, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if I can plead with the king to allow me a small detachment to go and take care of this dragon that killed the original courier.
So, as you return to the opulent palace, the king greets you and pencils you in for a meeting. The meeting with the king will take about 6 hours for him to find slot in his day. So you have a meeting now penciled in for the evening. The town is yours, the marketplace is bustling. You could just wait it out patiently outside the door if you wish. But what would you like to do? In the meantime, you have about 6 hours before he can make time for you.
Right.
Because kinging is a full-time job.
So, the city had like lots of fountains and lights and such for the birthday party. What is this? What is the city like now? Is it, like you said, it's still bustling, but like.
So the city when you're there for the birthday party, to give a real world comparison, was like Las Vegas at night during a UFC fight. You're now closer to Las Vegas during the day on an unparticularly interesting April. So there's still vendors at street corners flicking little cards trying to drum up business. There still are fountains going quite nicely. The air smells artificially flavored. It's very bright, pretty hot now. But this is definitely like this town, as you're aware, gets a lot of its from its magic technology and control of spirits. Is a pretty good economic hub, but also like there's a fair number of shops selling weird and interesting trinkets as well.
Speaking of day and night, we're still in the 1 week on, 1 week off for day and night.
Correct.
Is it day or night right now?
It is day.
It is day. And how many days of day do we have?
I think we just restarted the cycle because the birthday was spelled during the sunset. I think that was what happened. Is I'm pretty sure like the sun went down during the final encounter last session. And if I'm wrong, our fans can send us hate mail.
Well, I mean, I don't recall if I even asked what time of day it was last time. So,
but yes, I believe you have 7 full days of sunlight ahead of you.
7 full days of sunlight. Well, I suppose I want to be on the lookout for threats to the kingdom. So, I have heard that there are some intelligent mutant rats that like to steal stuff in the sewers. Yes, no?
That is correct.
I would like to look for an information broker who knows about this, who might know about the sewers beneath the city.
So I'm going to say instinct if you're trying to like find one, or presence if you're trying to talk your way to one.
Oh, I'm definitely trying to talk my way to one.
Okay, go ahead and roll the first roll of the session.
A 12 with fear.
So you see, and you kind of recognize this person from the party. Oh, I need to track my fear. Give me 1 second to pull up a notepad. I feel like I spent all my fear, so I'm just going to start with the one I get from the session and the one you just rolled. So I'm at 2 fear.
Okay.
So, from the party, you recall that there's a fair number of people you've spoken with, and one of the attendants was an information broker of sorts. You know, a person who knows a lot of things, whose threads was matching on the dais, was the original Count Vespero, who was replaced by a shapeshifter. So you know that is one of the information brokers of sort. But if you'd like to just search for a more casual, less high nobility information broker, it's just a couple casual conversations here and there. You know that there's basically, under the city, between the sewer system and the upper parts, used to be a series of shopping mall type setups, right? But after the spread of the serpent sickness, enclosed, poorly ventilated spaces became less popular. And as people complained that having a thin layer of cloth in front of their face was an unacceptable assault to their freedom, the number of people going into these started dying down. So there's a series of effectively underground malls interconnected through walkways below the city that the less reputable businesses tend to venerate. Or Count Vespero is just in his estate that is in the middle of, like, the high-end fashion district.
See, I feel like that Vespero is going to have different information than the people in the sewers. Or all the undercity, I guess. Where can I go about getting a mask to be able to go down as the...
Oh, they just give them out freely. It's insane that no one's wearing them.
Huh.
Like, actually crazy to not just put a mask on so you don't get into sickness that turns your skin to stone and you die.
Well, I'm going to find a mask, and I'm more interested to see what the Undercity has than what the main market has.
So, as you head into the Undercroft, you tell me first, what is the lighting like in here as you head down what looks like a very nice carved marble stairwell that descends downward into what used to be a nice location?
Well, it might be water, or it might just be fiber optic cable. But the lighting is essentially tubes, and so it's kind of a little bit dim, but like just tubes of fiber optic cable with the light running through it. It's just like in the ceiling.
So as you head down and see the ceiling, you do see what looks like almost like shutters have been put down for what were like individually carved out shop areas. But you see what looks like you do see there is a few people wandering around here, some of them in like a little bit like nice-ish clothes, like unfinely tailored suits and things. But the first corner you come across, you see what looks like... Oh, you look at him, and you see he's in, like, thick leather gloves, a thick leather apron, almost like chainmail between the spots, and his little cobalt face with his goggles. Hello!
He's at a stall, or he's just standing there in the open?
He seems to be at a stall, and you see the stall with cute backwards letter says Zippo's Potions and Salves.
Ooh. Hello there, good sir. Do you happen to have any potions of fire resistance?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then he's like, do you want the cheap no-name brand? The expensive imported crap? Or Zippo's original?
Ooh, Zippo's original. What makes your recipe so special?
Okay, so a lot of times you ingest a fire potion for a magical effect. What this is, and he pulls out this, like, it looks like a thick paste almost, is made of small interwoven fibers that you kind of put between your skin and your clothing like a poultice to resist the temperature. Because it's using science and not any of that magic bullshit, it's guaranteed to work.
It's guaranteed to work. Okay. Can I have a little sample?
Of course. So they put this it's like a thick tar-like powdery adhesive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, almost like a putty.
All right.
And you're aware that inhaling this will result in microfibers shredding your lungs. This is asbestos
I
paste.
see.
Just straight up asbestos. Asbestos.
It's just straight up asbestos paste.
Which, as we're aware, lines the inside of firefighter clothing.
Right. Hmm. Well, how much is your custom recipe?
About... He's like starting to size up how much coin you seem like you'd have. I could probably part it for like 4 handfuls of gold.
I did not come down here prepared with money.
You do see the sign that says buy, sell, and trade potions.
Okay, let's see. I figured this out last time. Okay, so I have 5 health potions apparently. Okay, do I still have the siphoning gauntlets, or are those?
They seem to be gone.
They seem to be gone. Okay.
You seem to have lost track of them when he got slapped off that cliff.
Okay, and then do I have any of the sun tree sap?
You do.
Or do I do still have a bottle of sun tree sap? Well, I'm going to pull up my bottle of sun tree sap. Perhaps we could do a trade. Maybe you'd be interested in this sap from the sun tree.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. A presence check. D&D.
Persuasive presence of only 9 with fear.
Yeah, I can make that trade. Seems good to me and fair.
Huh. I guess I'll give him my sun tree sap.
Okay, so this is a custom item, but what it does is you take half damage from fire or fire-related things. It takes a downtime move to apply it. And each day it's equipped, you roll to see if it gives you a scar from the microscopic cancerous fibers.
Okay. But so, sorry, what was the kobold's name?
Zippo.
Zippo. Ironic. That's Zippo's fire resistant salve.
Which, to be fair, is impressive that he made asbestos.
And downtime action to apply. Halves fire damage. And daily roll versus scars. All right. Create.
And I'm just using the regular scar mechanics if you have to roll above your level to not take a scar.
The higher level you are, the more likely you are to die of asbestos.
My logic is that means the longer you've been wearing it.
Right.
It's not a good system. It's what I got, though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's been a pleasure doing business with you there, Mr. Zippo.
Do you want any more things? I have more things.
Well, what other types of potions do you have?
I got potions that heal ya, potions that take the edge off a little bit. Got potions that reduce your problems by igniting them in flame.
Do you have any potions that might make a person invisible?
starts like just going through and like you see it seems like he's like ripped the labels off other jars and then like filled them with different liquids. So it's like he looks like it looks like it was a like can of tomatoes that he's peeled the label off and resealed. That should do the trick. And he like squishes it around.
Is there any way for me to tell if this potion will actually work just by like looking at it?
Roll a knowledge check.
Knowledge check. What? Would my medical training apply?
I'll allow it. You can feel free to spend a hope for that.
Medical training. Ooh, 11 with hope.
So, the first clue that it works is that this was a tin can you can see through and see the liquid inside.
Okay.
You feel like it would work. You're not sure if it'd be good for you. Like,
right.
Just simply not sure. Oh, sorry, I have a Miko climbing up on me. Oh, silly kitty, you don't get things. You already have food.
Okay. So I have these shark teeth in my inventory. Do I know if shark teeth are actually a valuable potions ingredient?
You would have an idea that they probably are. Just from your medical training, this seems like a kind of thing they would be.
Well, perhaps you'd be willing to do another trade there, Mr. Zippo. I have some shark teeth that I acquired. Maybe you'd take these shark teeth in exchange for the potion?
I mean, couple things with the potion that makes you invisible. First, you have to sign a waiver that says I am not liable for any crimes committed using one of my products. Second, if you give me the shark teeth, this close, I'd also need like a lock of your hair and a vial of your blood, and we can make that work.
A vial of my blood, huh?
That's reasonable.
Okay, so I don't actually have any poison left, right?
I don't think so. I think you
Like
poisoned as many people as reasonable.
The Durfang poison or the Gorgon root poison. Okay. Alright. Remove those. Just remove it. I finally figured out the inventory management for the demi-plane, which is not great, but it's acceptable, I guess.
Alright.
A lock of my hair and a vial of my blood. That sounds dangerous.
So does letting someone go invisible. I mean, think about the risk here. Like, what's stopping you from just going invisible and then robbing your money back?
Well, I accept your terms.
Excellent.
I'm going to cut off a lock of my hair and present my arm for the.
So you see him like
drawing of blood, I guess.
He pulls a needle out of his like cart, spits on it, cleans it with like a piece of newspaper.
Okay, that's sketchy, but whatever.
And go ahead and mark 1 hit point.
All right.
You did not get an infection.
Ooh, that's good.
So the closest thing they have to an invisibility potion, go ahead and add an elusive amulet to your inventory, but you can only use it once.
Okay. Elusive amulet. Once per long rest, you can activate it to become hidden until you move. Okay. Remain unseen.
Or you can just add in, just make a new custom item and go invisibility potion, and I'll know what it does.
Yeah, okay.
Which should, in my brain, gives you advantage on being hidden. Because they can't see you. Seems pretty straightforward. I'm really surprised there's no invisibility thing in this. Like, there's an invisibility spell, but no invisibility item, which is kind of wild.
Hiding. On stealth
All right.
checks. Create,
Okay,
and
so
I
I'm
have...
pasting what it does in our little chat here, and it's based on the invisibility spell, so it'll let you cast the invisibility spell once. That seems to be the most logical way to do this. Note,
Right.
I like breaking the illusion of knowing what I'm doing because this is a play-along podcast, not just a play podcast.
Invisibility. Make a spellcasting roll. Mark a stress and choose yourself or ally within melee range to become invisible.
So there's no roll
Can't be
attached
against
because it's a
magical
potion.
moves. Right. Until attacks and attack rolls against them are made with disadvantage. Okay. List number of tokens in spellcasting trait. When invisibility takes action, spend a token.
And because of the potion, I'm going to say it's 3 tokens.
3 tokens. Okay.
I will actually.
So every time I make a roll, I remove a token.
Yep.
All right. Sounds fair.
And those who are listening at home, now you can just do exactly that to make your own invisibility potion for your game. I'm sure you followed what I said.
Yeah. So the gist of it is that I become invisible, so I can't be seen except through magical means. Some attacks made against me have disadvantage. Whenever I take an action, I remove a token, and basically I have 3 tokens of invisibility while using the potion.
Okay. Make an instinct reaction roll, please.
Ooh, someone's going to try and steal from me? Those bastages. Instinct. Roll. 16.
You see what looks like they're about 4 feet tall and they seem to be a rat folk.
Okay.
And their hand is directly in your pocket. And they're making direct eye contact with you.
I'm going to look directly at them and be like, can I help you?
So my question for you, what drove this person to pickpocketing?
I'm sorry, which?
What drove this person to pickpocketing?
What drove them to pickpocketing?
You tell me why they're robbing you.
What? Well, I mean, they're robbing me because my clothes are actually well fit, so I look like a high-profile target. But like, you want me to like give them a little?
Give me their backstory. Yeah, totally.
Their back. Okay. So yeah, I mean, obviously know why they chose me as the target. But what drove them to pickpocketing? Well, they used to be a normal person, but now they have become a were-rat. And
Okay.
since their horrible form looks like the intelligent rats that steal from all the people in the city in general.
Slight disclosure. Actually, there is no plague rats. They are all were-rats that have been infected by rakathapi that are stealing from people. The plague rats are just what they're calling these poor people with rakathapi. Rakathapi? Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, he used to be a noble son, and then he got infected with the rat plague, and outcast from his home, and forced into the sewers, and he is trying to pickpocket people so he can get enough money to research and create a cure.
Excellent. So with that under effect, his little rat claws are currently in your pocket. So to reset the scene, I believe you said, "Can I help you?"
I did.
If you'd like to donate to the Rat Research Fund, that'd be greatly appreciated.
The Rat Research Fund?
Oh yes, we're trying to research a solution for this illness that makes me look like a rat. And we're seeking donations?
Well, I do happen to I have some medical training. Perhaps I could. I don't have much money to donate. As it turns out, I only have a single handful of gold on me. Um, but perhaps you could let me take a look at one of your rat folk to see if there's something that can be done.
Oh. Okay. And they slowly move their hand out of your pocket. Notice your Doctors Without Borders insignia, and just kind of start like walking down the hall.
Okay, I'm gonna follow them.
So definitely in your favor was the fact that you're wearing a nurse's outfit that says nurse on it. And they low-key feel kind of bad they tried to rob a nurse. They're like, oh, wait a minute. So,
okay.
As they head down the halls, you see what looks like a dilapidated fountain that's no longer running, that seems to have an unhoused goblin napping in it.
Okay.
You feel a drip on your shoulder that came from above. Would you like to know what dripped on you?
Yeah, I'll look up and see what was dripping, I guess.
Roll a d100 on a natural 1. The drip hits you in the eye.
Oh, okay. Okay, so... Oh, not the D20. Roll... I rolled an 85.
So you look up and the drip doesn't hit you in the eye. But tell me, what do you think would be the worst thing to drip on you, and the best thing that could drip on you while being in this underground shopping mall?
I mean, the worst thing that could drip on me would probably be saliva from the open maw of some sort of dangerous creature. The best thing that could drip on me would probably... I can't think of anything good that would drip on you when you're in the sewers. Like, that's...
I mean, when walking through like Union Station's underground shopping mall and I feel something drip on me, I pray to the Lords that it's water.
I mean, I guess water would just be the best thing that could drip on me down here.
So as you look up through the grate above, you see somebody was holding a snow cone and a bit of it tipped off and fell.
A snow cone? Oh, okay.
So sky snow cone is what fell on you.
Yeah, right.
You look up and you just see like this tiny human child and they wave at you.
I will wave back and continue on my way.
You see like their parent like kind of grabs their arms. You can kind of see them through the graves like, don't go down there, and then drags them away.
Okay.
So as you head through the sewers, sewer, it's not really sewers. It's more like the path in Toronto. Like, it was a nice underground shopping mall until like serpent sickness shut down lots of the commerce. So there is a fair number of people living down there. You see the occasional guard like looking around. You see one of them like sees someone passed out, looks at them, looks to their boss. They both shrug. So this pair of half-orcs are like, do we do something about it? You want to kick a guy out sleeping in a fountain? What could we really do that'd be worse than just their day-to-day life? Come on, bruh. Come on. And they like side-eye you walking with the rat folk and just kind of go like, ew.
Yeah, okay.
So you tell me, where is the thief's hideout? And how is it avoided notice?
Where is the thief's hideout? So the thieves' hideout.
So metatext-wise, so a lot of these event environment cards have like italicized questions that I assume is for the DM, but I've recently made a game of asking you them instead, and I think it's been having good results. So like half the time I'll answer it myself, and another time I'll throw it to you.
The thieves' hideout is behind a waterfall.
Okay. So as he approaches the waterfall, he pulls out a pan flute from like a side pouch and goes, "Hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo," and then the water splits momentarily.
I'm definitely imagining the little. I don't know how many of our listeners have actually watched the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. He pulls out the pan flute.
Absolutely.
Just plays a little tune.
100%. And then that seems to have opened a path. And you see like several rat folk in beds. You see what looks like a couple human doctors, one with a scruffy beard. You do see one you recognize. A man you had gotten fired for biocontamination theft, who was blacklisted across the entire empire, who was sentenced to jail, who has served their 10-year sentence, as you recall. Seems to be hard at work trying to treat these rat folk. Because you framed them for bioterrorism.
They did get framed for bioterrorism.
By you specifically. They know the day you showed up, they got framed for bioterrorism. Apparently they're elvish. You thought they were human the first time. Oh well. I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear for you to mark a stress upon seeing this person. That seems fair.
That does seem fair. Do I remember their name?
You tell me.
No, I never actually got their name before I framed them.
And they didn't do anything particularly bad either. They just seemed like a good person to frame.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just the nearest tent to place the evidence in.
Yep, because you kept half the evidence and used the other half to frame this person.
Yeah, I should actually put that in my inventory.
Yeah, so it can be stolen from random pickpockets.
Add custom equipment. Okay, so sorry, that was the plague potion.
Mm-hmm.
Plague potion and gives serpent sickness.
So he looks over to you, and you notice it's weird because he had 2 arms last time you saw him, but he only has 1 now.
Oh dear.
Looks at you and goes, "The fuck you want?"
Create item. Well, I had heard that there was some sort of plague that has turned these people into rats, and I was hoping to earn some goodwill and perhaps find some people to help me go and fight a dragon.
So you find yourself in desecrated ground. While within this place, your hope dice has been reduced to a D10.
Oh, okay.
You notice something is wrong about this place. Just something feels off and uncomfortable in this rat hospital.
I see.
And it seems to be largely like were-rats, catfolk, goblins, a furbolg or two. Largely non-humanoid, even a simian, are seeming to be in this like makeshift hospital under the shopping mall behind the fountain.
Mm-hmm. A simian, huh?
Mm-hmm. And you do see carved against the walls looks like a circle of 3 raccoons chasing each other's tails.
Ooh. All right. I need to investigate that mural.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check.
Yeah, I don't think amateur bioterrorists would apply.
Not this time. It
Not
applied
this
to
time.
ruining this guy's life.
Okay, so, but my hope dice are D10s right now?
Yep.
Okay, so if I roll 2D10, 19 with hope.
19 with hope.
Oh, no, sorry, that's a 19 with fear.
Excellent.
I can't actually roll the
Yeah, I was kind of
reduced
wondering about that.
dice. So I'm just rolling 2d10, and then the first one is hope, and the second one is fear. But the fear die is higher in this case. So
Okay. So, what's a fear of yours that's resurfacing here?
a fear of mine that's resurfacing here. Um, I do have a mild fear of being grabbed by giant eagles.
All right. So, as he approaches you, gets real close, you can smell the vodka on his breath.
Mm-hmm.
You here to help? Or are you here for more Imperial bullshit?
I'm here to help. I've been. Man, recently I encountered a dragon, and I feel like they could be a threat to the entire land if they aren't dealt with. Um, they seem to be abusing some sort of a sun tree, and I feel like they could gain enough power to be a true threat to the nation.
Go ahead and roll a presence check.
I will roll a present. Oh wait, that's 2d10s, right? Because 1, 2, 16 with hope.
16 with hope.
Mm-hmm.
So, he looks at you as like, there's a dragon, and your plans to come here. I could tell you an easy fix for all of this shit. The Empire takes up their garbage, goes back to their house, and leaves the nature the fuck alone.
I suppose that is one solution for sure, but perhaps this threat is more imminent than you realize.
And then he like sits down and just goes, and how can I and my fine band of merry men help? Gesturing to the most overstuffed walk-in clinic.
Oh well, I mean, as I said, I was simply more so trying to build up a rapport and perhaps find some people who would be willing to help me go fight this dragon. So I did come down here to help. I heard this terrible story of this rat plague. I wanted to come and investigate and see if I could help alleviate this terrible sickness.
Well, he looks like he's contemplating something for a second. Roll a presence check for me, please.
Another presence check. All right. Another presence check. This is a 9 with fear. Oof.
So you look at something, and it's kind of, this space is weird. From the glyphs of the raccoons to just kind of like the flow of energy in here. You feel like this room itself is like taking something from the people in here. Like you don't feel well in this space.
I see.
And at this point, the doctor goes, you know, I might know where you can get some people.
Oh,
And I might...
Do tell.
Well, and this time he like coughs up a little bit. Listen, I have some friends. And I don't think they're a fan of big frickin' dragons marching up and down. Like, we've seen this thing. It doesn't really seem to care too much about our politics of the region. And you're right. Getting rid of a dragon is genuinely a good thing. The spirits in the area don't love that it's napping across on top of a sacred tree. That's bad. And I do think keeping the tree far away from some of your employers wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm willing to cut you a deal here. How many people's lives do you think an army is worth to you?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose it would depend on the people, but I would say like it's very difficult to quantify the value of life. Like all life is truly sacred.
A friend of mine has seen you walking in and out of that fancy castle on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my associates in the area are interested in the Empire being a little less here. You get my friends into the room to talk to the king there, and we can work out some kind of a deal.
Oh, dear. Yeah, okay. Well, how many people are you thinking of?
Two of my friends have a nice little sit down with the king and queen. Nice quiet private room. And we could talk about my friends and your friends working together to fix this problem.
Do they have anything like insight in?
That'd be instinct.
That'd be instinct. I guess. Is this guy planning on assassinating the king? I guess is what I'm like. Let's. Oh wait, no, 2d10s, not like regular hope dice. Roll for instinct. Ooh, a critical success.
Okay, so from the iconography in here, this is very clearly a Fey and Wraith hideout.
Mm-hmm.
It's not subtle. There's something sketchy going on with the vibes. Some sort of weird spirit magic turning people into rat folk.
Right.
Assassinating the king? No. Not outright. So, as you're aware, this is one of the few non-humanoid controlled areas.
Right.
They just want to talk. And by talk, I mean put immense pressure on here to flip the allegiance of the city. So, he is somewhat sincere at the idea that some of my associates, i.e., the terrorist cells in the woods around here who have a giant turtle fortress, do not like the dragon. The dragon is a dick. You were up there.
Right.
Imperial boats, it's bad for everybody. Would absolutely love to lure a bunch of Imperial forces with them, to fight a dragon, to kill a bunch of Imperial forces, to reclaim a spirit tree. There's things they like in this exchange.
Right.
So it is negotiation, but it is definitely... It'd be like if Germany wanted to have a sit-down with their pal Italy about a thing.
I see.
Because this is the farthest south Imperial Kingdom.
I see.
So not assassination, that's less effective.
But they wanted ally.
Yeah, there's a lot of common... They would love to flip this city away from the Empire, and this is a good excuse to do it. And this person himself would absolutely murder the king if he thought that would be helpful. It's like, it's not he wouldn't murder because he's not a murderer. He would murder, but that's not the play.
Yeah, okay. Well, I could probably help one person get in to see the king.
Excellent. That's pretty reasonable. Do you have a timeline for this?
Well, how much time has passed?
Like 2 hours. So you got like 4 hours till your meeting.
Well, I mean, I was originally going to meet with the king first, but he had to schedule me in. So about 4 hours or so, I plan on meeting with the king directly.
At this point, he gestures, does like a little like finger call over, and what appears to be like a very Mothra-coated fairy walks up, about 4 feet tall, moth wings, little antenna feelers. The moth eyes are what make them particularly unsettling, but they have like the fluffy scarf thing going on.
Yeah, okay.
And then he like whispers to them, and you kind of catch up and like send a message to our associate to meet me here. And then they just kind of like climb a ladder and like lift up a hatch, and then the hatch closes. And this place seems to have multiple exits to the side out.
Right.
At this point, they go, well, that gives us a couple hours to kill. My associate should be here in about an hour.
Okay. Well, so now you say that I feel like there's some malevolent energy here that might be turning people to rats.
Correct.
Am I able to pinpoint any sort of like source, or does it seem like it's coming from further within the hideout? Or
it feels like it's coming from further within the hideout.
I see. Well, I mean, for now, what sorts of ailments do these patrons of the clinic have?
So a few of them, other than ratification, seem to have, some of them have some like scabs from early onset serpent sickness.
Okay.
A lot of them seem to have really bad coughs. One of them is just covered in full body burns.
Ooh.
And you described 3 NPCs and their injuries for me. And for context, it's not just members of the Wildlings or the Fane Wraith squadron that are here for treatment. It seems to be all sorts of various ignored by the medical system individuals.
Right.
And they don't seem to be billing people here for treatment.
Let's see. Oh no, that didn't do what I wanted to do for sure. They don't seem to be billing people for, which is good. I see. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna use my medical training to tend. Well, okay, wait, no. So you want me to describe some victims here?
Just like
one of them
couple.
has. One of them is a dog person.
Okay.
And they seem to have a festering cat bite. One of them is a bird person, but they seem to have lost all their feathers.
Ew, that's rough.
And one of them, it looks like they're just a normal human, except that they have a horse head. But they're bleeding from their gums.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. The horse head has human teeth inside its mouth, for the record.
But I mean, I'm definitely going to use my medical expertise. I'm gonna treat the guy that is suffering from the cat bite.
Okay, go ahead and roll knowledge. Or finesse.
I'm going to roll finesse. Ba-da-bum-bum. 2d10. That is a 14 with fear.
I'm going to happily take that fear. So as you treat the bite, you manage to disinfect it. With the medical supplies here aren't terrible. You do see a couple of Dr. Sipple's poultices in the area. One just appears to just be glue for holding wounds together, just straight up glue.
Yeah.
But you do notice something weird. When the blood drips to the ground, it might be the slant of the room, might be how it's structured, but it seems to be like following the grooves in the floor down towards the door in the far end of it.
Huh.
But you have treated one person. But like the energy in here feels like something's happening, like it's intensifying a bit.
My nameless one-armed doctor friend, I'm going to ask him, what's beyond that door over there?
Go ahead and roll a presence check.
Presence? Do not like this. Yeah. A 14 with hope this time.
Oh, with hope.
Yeah.
He goes, back there is a shrine that predates this place to some of its older protectors before the goblins sat on the throne. A bit of heritage, if it were.
Well, I mean, would it not behoove me to perhaps pray to the old protectors?
The old protectors aren't a particular fan of this place right now. You're certainly welcome to go back there and try.
Well, I've been given permission, so I'm going to go and take a look at this shrine.
So as you open the door, you find like the cobblestone ground like kind of fades. It's like there was a cobblestone wall here that's been excavated. It just kind of seems to go into a dirt cave.
Oh, okay.
As you head down the tunnel, it's not great footing and there's next to no light in here.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, I mean, I have a torch, so I'm going to light a torch and continue on my way. I'm going to look at the walls and see if there's any more, like if there's more fade rate iconography and
roll a knowledge check.
Okay, knowledge. I'm still reduced to D10s?
Yep.
Okay. 17 with fear.
You see a bunch of like almost like murals carved into the stone that are a soft red color. And this whole thing seems to descend downward and deadward. It's almost getting warmer as you go. In this mural, you see like overgrown trees. And on the left side, you see an owl flying down as the trees wither and die. And on the right side, you see it flying back towards as the trees are growing up underneath them. And then you see like a line and below it, a bunch of tunnels with full of three-eyed rat carvings.
Oh. Three-eyed rats.
Mm-hmm. And your face feels a little bit itchy.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Mm-hmm. And the one-armed man is walking with you about 2 spaces behind.
There's a rat walking with me.
Oh no, the one-armed doctor is walking with you about 4 paces behind. Like it's not like he's just far enough behind you that feels like he's following you, but he's not trying to stealthily follow you.
Okay, so but I am wearing my mask still. Yes, no.
Yes.
Do I feel any like fur or anything growing on my face
A little bit.
underneath my mask? Oh dear. So I seem to be ratifying, huh?
Might be a way this is going.
Hmm.
And go ahead and make an instinct reaction roll.
Instinct reaction roll. Roll. 15.
There is a rat man curling on the ceiling, kind of like crawling alongside above you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I see. Hmm. There doesn't seem to be anything that I have that would help me avoid ratifying.
And the walls light up a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. I don't really want to ratify, but at the same time, I don't really know anything I could do to prevent it. But I need to go down here and figure out what's going on with all these people, right? So I'm gonna keep going.
Roll a finesse check for me, please, as you walk through. As the lighting's weird because it's like the walls are almost eating your lantern light, where they're glowing red, but things aren't being as illuminated.
I see. A finesse check.
Mm-hmm.
Roll. 16 with fear.
All right. So at this point, you keep going down, down, down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a thin river that's been following for a while now.
Uh-huh.
And with the lighting in here, the river seems to be a red color. Rusty. And it's getting warmer and warmer.
But the walls are glowing more and more red.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I'm just gonna book it. I'm running down here.
Roll an agility check.
Just gonna book it. Oh, wait. Again, disadvantage, but D10s. I'd say 15 with fear.
So, as you get down to the very end of the path, you see in thick chains, hanging upside down, what looks like a statue of a three-eyed rat.
Oh.
You hear two sets of footsteps behind you and the other one on the ceiling.
Two sets of footprints behind me. Oh boy. So there's this three-eyed rat just hanging upside down in chains.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be emanating this energy.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any like sigils on the walls in here, or what is all this? What's in this room on the walls? I guess.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check for me.
Knowledge. Oof. 11 with fear.
So as the cult ritual goes down to 1 on the counter, you see this mural of crimson. It looks like they're rats biting and tearing into humans. And as the human hits the ground, it shows them rolled up in agony in the next sketch. And then the next one stands up as another rat folk. And it looks like it's hundreds, if not thousands, of drawings of rats devouring people. As you get close to you see that there's little drips coming from the three eyes of the statue in front of you.
Uh-oh.
And you feel the two people behind you and the one on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And so it kind of seems like they're actually part of a cult that's going to turn people into rats. Sacrificing them to this rat god. So he already told me that the rat god isn't a fan of the people of this town, and that the rats came before the people here. But I don't want to sacrifice myself and turn into a rat person. I'm not that dedicated to the cause, even though they're probably going to try to sacrifice me. Let's see. You know, dang it, I don't really want to. I want to. On the one hand, I kind of want to give the invisibility potion to the person who's supposed to meet with the king, so that I can sneak them in. On the other hand, I'm starting to get a little bit worried that I won't be able to meet with the king because they're going to turn me into a rat, and then the whole plan will be foiled.
They didn't lie to you that they wanted to have a meeting, but then you asked to walk down here. And
I did.
He has not said much yet, just been walking alongside with you. And you do have a jar of asbestos. Not related. I'm just amused that you have a jar of asbestos.
Oh. Okay. Well, no. Releasing the plague in the city would be terrible. But it would be.
So, go ahead and roll a knowledge reaction roll so I can give you some information. Because I want to give you information.
Okay. Knowledge reaction roll. 8.
So, here's the thing. You're under the city, right? And they closed these malls down specifically because they had bad ventilation and fumes were being stuck in. You're in a cave that the air is thick and sealed, so you know not a lot of air is making out of this cave. If you were to virus bomb this room, you would spread serpent sickness into this hideout, and you're pretty confident just this hideout. So it would petrify everyone in here, which doesn't kill you, it just leaves you petrified till someone does something about it. So the currently sick would stop dying, these rat folk would be petrified, and you're not really sure how far serpent sickness would spread from here, but possibly would stay contained.
And
none of these assholes are wearing masks.
Okay. You know what? I feel like I do need to take my invisibility potion. And then just throw my bottle of plague at the rat statue as I run away from the room.
Okay. So go ahead and roll finesse for this maneuver to work.
Okay.
You can't just fuck this up.
That's true. And I only have D10s instead of D12s, so let's...
And I'm going to spend a fear to make you mark a stress for simply this being stressful. This feels stressful.
Does my amateur bioterrorist apply?
I've never heard it apply more in my life.
Okay. 17 with hope.
So, you're invisible. Okay. And you throw a hyper-concentrated serpent sickness culture.
Okay.
So, the countdown of the summoning ritual stops here. And the demon was about to be summoned. A crimson-hued creature from the circles below, consumed by rage against all mortals. It likes to act erratically, corral targets, relish pain and torment. Did you roll with fear or hope?
With hope.
Whatever you roll with in fear within close range of it, you would lose a hope. Its abilities include Reaper and Hellfire. There was also 4 cultists in the area as well.
Oh dear.
So here's how this plays out. As it hits him, the chains break around. He goes, about to be summoned, and immediately starts repetrifying again, just hits the ground with a sad thud.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a finesse check to hide with advantage because of your invisibility.
Okay, so 1, 2, and then I get a D6 for advantage. That is only a 14 with fear.
The Secret Keeper looks towards your general area, trying to figure out where you went. Is going to proceed to...
Okay, sorry, do I lose the hope for that with fear? Is that,
Yeah.
or is that not? Yeah,
Hope is still being devoured in presence of the demon.
Okay.
So this one-armed man, the Secret Keeper, is going to light up his rune staff and shoot in your general direction.
Okay.
Which feels like the right thing to do.
So he has disadvantage on an attack?
Yeah, so he got a 1.
Okay, he definitely misses.
He points out the staff in your general area, screams, and you just watch his body start to petrify from the legs up. He starts using his staff to try and hack at his own shins, drawing blood before it climbs up his body, and his face is held in agony.
Ooh.
What would you like to do? Spotlight goes back to you.
Okay, so I've used 2 of my 3 action rolls for my invisibility.
You've used 1. The last thing was a reaction.
Okay. So, I mean, I just want to get the heck out of here.
Okay, go ahead and roll an agility roll to get the hell out of here.
Get the heck out of here. Oh, no, sorry, D10s. D10s plus 2, and that is a 13 with hope.
13 with hope. You're booking it. You're trying. You're making decent speed. However, you trip and fall.
Uh-oh.
It goes back to me, because even with hope, if you roll below the difficulty of the area you're in, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You see the professional killer turned cultist, the cult Fang, who's chasing across the ceiling towards you. Jumps down to try and stab at your general location.
Uh-huh.
Does an 11 hit you?
11 does not hit.
And as they go towards you, mid-fall, they start gasping for air as their eyes turn and start crystallizing first, as they start clawing at their face, as their mouth begins to crystal over, and they're trying to rip the stone out of their mouth that's growing faster they can pull it off, as it goes down their torso, through their lungs, to their legs, their tail, and their arms, as they're petrified in horror. That is...
Oh dear.
The Secret Keeper is now dead, and the Cult Fang is now dead. You see 2 more footsteps running behind you, but turn order's back to you.
I mean, I'm still just booking it. I gotta keep running. I gotta get away from the serpent sickness before it consumes me too, right? So.
All right, go ahead and roll an agility check.
Roll another agility check. This is a 14 with hope.
14 with hope. 14 is what you need to get through the cult ritual. You're running. And you look behind you, and a third one, who appeared to have another rune-covered staff. And I'm going to spend a fear to let them take an action before they die. And I'm going to spend another fear to cast Shadow Shackles on you.
Uh-oh.
So, as these horrifying chains wrap across your feet, you watch him petrify with a smile on his face. You're currently restrained in smoky chains until you break 3 with a successful strength or instinct roll. You must spend a hope to make an action roll.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend a hope to try and instinct my way out of these chains, I guess.
All right, go ahead and make an instinct check.
Ba-da-ba-da. Wow. Oh, only a 3.
So you're still chained, and I believe that was the last use of your invisibility.
Yes.
So you're still chained. You watch this person get petrified completely.
Mm.
You see what looks like a swarm of regular rats start coming out of the water and out of the walls and start swarming towards where you're chained.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to have to pull up a stat block. Ah, perfect. So, these cult initiates, which are rats, are going to attempt to group attack you. Cost me a fear.
Okay.
I'm down to 2 fear.
Uh-huh. Okay,
and I spotlight all adversaries within range, and they make a shared attack roll. So, does A... And you're certainly restrained right now, which would give them advantage. Oh wait, why did that roll duality dice? Never mind, it gave me like a crit, but it was supposed to roll a d20. Did you do what you were supposed to? Alright, give me a second to fight with the dice roller. Just roll me... Let's clear all of this. Roll me 2 d20s. Thank you.
You want me to roll 2 d20s?
I rolled a 1. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So they start swarming you, and then they just crystallize.
Oh.
You're still in chains.
Yeah, I've got to spend another hope to try and instinct my way out of these chains. Do instinct. Wow, another 3.
So, normally you'd be screwed here, because you have to spend a hope to make the action roll to break out. Do you have any hope left?
Right. I still have plenty of hope, actually.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please, and try not to roll below your level. Great.
All right, rolling a d20. My level is 5. 19. Woohoo!
All right. So whenever you roll below your level, you get a scar from the serpent sickness while you're in this chamber.
Okay.
So you're still restrained. All the enemies in this room seem to be screwed.
Yes.
As you see just like this gray powder like fled through the air, almost like it's alive, flying out this room at full speed, surrounding you, not quite getting through your mask.
Okay. I gotta keep trying. Spend another hope. Instinct my way out of these chains. A 9 with hope.
9 doesn't do it.
Okay.
Roll a d20,
boy.
and if you get below your level, you gain a scar.
18.
You're still good, but still chained, and it's still spreading out, and the door to the sanctuary is still open with patients on the other side.
Oh, no. Oh, they don't even... Oh, man. Okay, so 2 d10s. A 7 does not make it, does it?
No.
These chains, they're trying to
Wait,
kill
did you say 2 d10s? Oh, wait, yeah, that's how the dice rolls. Okay. So, go ahead and roll it.
13 on my d20. Whew.
All right.
My mask seems to be doing its job as I just retry over and over again to get out of these stupid chains.
Mm-hmm.
A 14.
14 does it.
Oh no, that's a critical success. Yeah.
You clear a stress and break out of the chains.
All right, and now I can just like. Well, do I still need to make agility checks to sprint out of here?
Yes, you do.
All right, let's roll for agility. At least I get +2 to the roll this time. Nope, that is a 9 with hope.
Okay. Sorry, it wasn't d20s. It was supposed to be d10s you were rolling for scars. We're going to start that up now.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d10.
That makes it much more dangerous.
It would be a d12, but you're still in cursed land.
That is a 10. Woohoo!
So, you've made it almost to the doorway. You look through. All of these patients are frozen, having screamed in agony, and are petrified.
Yeah.
And you see the mist start rising up towards where that ladder was in the ceiling, and like you see the mist like hitting the waterfall.
Okay. Um, well,
And everyone in
I'm
this
just
room
gonna
is just frozen completely.
I am definitely going to just head back the way I came through the waterfall.
All right, how are you opening the waterfall?
I'm just going to try and dive straight through.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check.
All right. Let's see if I can make it through this waterfall. Nope, that's a 7 with fear.
So you take 5 points of damage as you tackle it and realize there's metal behind the waterfall, and that's what opens and closes it.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So you just hit a steel wall, basically.
So I take 5 points of damage. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I got to try for the other exit then.
All right. So you begin climbing up the ladder?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
A d10. Oh, another 10.
Okay.
Wow.
So you climb the ladder. There appears to be a padlock on the top of this exit.
I guess I got to pick this
smoke has
lock.
enveloped you. Okay, go ahead and roll a finesse check.
Rolling for finesse. Wait. Stupid d10s. +1. An 11 with fear. Oh boy.
An 11 with fear. I'll take my fear point. 11 was not quite enough to open the door. Roll a d10 for me.
I'm definitely getting a scar. Holy. Come on. Oh, that's an 8. All right, I'm still good.
Okay. And this room is completely filled up with this virus that every person hit by this open sickness, their body becomes basically, as you know from your medical studies of the serpent sickness, and it goes inside a person's body, petrifies the surface, and then all of the air and liquids in their body become a cold and spread, and then it spews out more smoke as the virus continues to spread. So it's part of like the dehydrating process. So the 80% of your body that's water becomes 80% of airborne virus.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, I got to try and pick this lock again.
All right.
Nope. Stupid d10s.
Also, just for the sake of like fairness, you could also just punch the lock. The lock is a metal lock. That's a thing human beings can break with like a crowbar.
Oh, well then in that case, yeah, I probably should just try to punch the lock.
Just for the sake of me being mildly concerned, you'll die.
All right. So then that's 2d10s plus 3.
Yep.
All right. 14 with fear.
14 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I'd say a lock probably has like... So for inanimate objects, I make you have to go past their first threshold to do damage to them. And I feel like breaking a 20 is fair for smashing a lock. Does that feel fair to you?
Well, I mean, it works out for me because I rolled 31 damage.
So you just smash this lock clean off. So the gate, and you punch the gate completely open. The entire thing creaks open. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. It's been punched open. You climb to the surface. There's a plume of gray smoke behind you.
Can I close the hatch now?
Go ahead and roll a finesse check or strength to close the hatch.
I'm rolling finesse for sure. Am I still D10s or?
No, you're back to D12s. You're outside of the cursed area.
All right. 19 with fear.
19 with fear. You slam it closed, but there was a puff of gray smoke with you.
Oh dear.
You look over and you see a pigeon falls from the sky. Well, it was more like it was already on the ground. Like you watch it go to take off and fly, gets about an inch off the ground, then sadly falls. And you see the gray smoke just kind of spreading out.
I'm just going to yell out, evacuate the area! There's been a biohazard release here!
Roll a presence check.
And... Ooh, critical success! Yeah!
People hear a doctor yell, run, there's been a biohazard, and they take you completely seriously. They're running as fast as they possibly can. So,
Mhm.
I'm going to make the most difficult roll of your life right now.
Okay.
You're going to do just a straight D20. If you get below a 14, the virus is not contained.
Okay. Straight D20. That's a 2.
So you scream, go as fast as you can. And you watch as, like, that little kid you saw eating a snow cone earlier takes a step, looks behind you, and their leg begins to crystallize as the virus goes up their body, and their eyes freeze. You look over to the left, and you see that that friendly town guard yells, "Get out of here!" and, like, shoves a lady into a boat, and then kicks it down the river as his body is frozen mid-kick pose, and he falls onto his own arm and cracks.
Oh dear.
Describe the brutal infection death of 3 NPCs, and then we'll wrap up today's session.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, there's some amount of panic. So there's a group of people, and they're running away, and one person they trip and get trampled, and then turn to stone while they're being trampled. That's pretty terrible. Sheesh. Then there's there's that one person who's just clueless, and they open their door to see what all the commotion is, and then they just get petrified with their hand on the doorknob. And then there's there's one person. They're running along, and then a bird that got petrified mid-flight falls out of the sky and hits them on the head.
And they
fall down and get petrified.
That's amazing. No, I'm gonna say they didn't get petrified. They just died from the stone impact. And with that's where we're going to wrap up today's session. So,
okay, lucky for me, I definitely have an out here. So since I didn't get killed,
I will ask MetaWise, what is your out here?
The guy that got framed for bioterrorism was working with the Fate Wraith and accidentally released more of the virus. Like,
I'm gonna have you preemptively roll a presence check here, just so I can plan next week accordingly.
Okay. Roll 19 with fear.
Okay, so there, just with that roll, just to kind of tell you above board, next session is going to be you talking about how the Fainwraith cult set off a virus bomb under the city. There might be some political ramifications to saying that Iran bombed America.
But it's definitely not my fault.
Alright, so let's do what we do at the end of these episodes and kind of talk about what I planned, how it played out, how the session went. And what's amusing is for this adventure, when I write it up, it's just going to take place in whatever city they happen to be in, where they just go into the sewers below whatever city. So this could take place here, but it could also take place in Allura or Wormthor Crossing or wherever they happen to be.
Right.
Because what I wanted to do is I've had Empire bad a lot of the session. So I wanted to do some Fainwraith bad. So I had the Rat Cult, which I thought I set up nicely. So how this worked in function is there's an event called Cult Ritual. Tier 2 event, and a fault gathers around the sigil of defeated gods in a bonfire. And when you enter the cult, you get your hope dice reduced to a d10, and you can de-desecrate the area by trying to cure it, but it takes six successful actions to purify the ground. That's kind of rules as written.
Okay.
Its first power is I can use a portion of the ritual's powers to convert it into a cult member to fight off interlopers. Choose one adversary to become imbued with terrible magic until the scene ends or they're defeated. They immediately take the spotlight and get all 3 benefits if I spend a fear, giving them advantage on attacks, extra damage, relentless. It was going to be one-armed guy. He was going to turn into a rat.
Okay.
If this turned into a fight, he was going to turn into a rat. So the next mechanic that was interesting was the summoning. When the PC enters the scene or the cult begins the ritual to summon a demon, activate the countdown. Designate one adversary to read the ritual. The countdown ticks down whenever the PC rolls with fear.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you rolled with a lot of fear. When it
I did roll
triggers,
with a lot of fear.
summon a minor demon within very close range of the ritual's leader. If the leader is defeated, the countdown ends with no effect as the ritual fails. So had you knocked out one-armed guy or beat him or killed him,
right,
it would have ended the ritual. And if the ritual's leader is targeted by an attacker's spell, an ally within very close range of them can mark a stress to be attacked instead.
Oh.
That never quite came up. So the enemies on the board were the cult, because it gives me like the 4 potential adversaries. The Cult Adept, the Cult Fang, the Cult Initiate, and the Secret Keeper. I just spawned one of each.
Right.
So the Adept are the one with the Shadow Chains.
Okay.
The Initiate are the minions, which I spawn...
The rats?
Yeah. So I just used them as rats. They use the stat block of Cult Initiate. They were rats. They literally just have group attack.
Okay.
But they're stronger than like other minions you fought before. But they're minions. So if you overkill one, it hits the other ones.
Right.
And then the Cult Leader was the Secret Keeper. And that was the old guy himself. And his powers were, as a reaction, he could spend 2 fear to spotlight 2 allies to let them take movements.
Okay.
And when you spotlight an ally, I can mark a stress to gain a fear. And he also can activate a countdown to summon the demon, and when he marks HP, the countdown goes faster.
Oh.
And if he takes 2 or more HP, I can mark a stress to summon a dynamic hound pack, which was going to be a dynamic rat pack.
Right.
I didn't think that he marked 2 or more HP, he just kind of died. And then the demon itself had powers such as Relentless 2. When you roll with fear, you lose hope. It can rain down hellfire. And
oh dear.
I can mark stress before rolling for damage to increase the damage based on its HP. And when it makes a mark successful attack against a PC, I gain a fear. Demon was scary. Demon was mostly a bluff, though. I feel like by the time any player sees the upside-down 3-eyed rat statue, they're going to try and stop it from being resurrected.
Right.
So, the cult ritual I had set aside for the session, but originally I was going to have it take place in Allura had you went straight there.
Ah, okay.
And it was going to be, like, under Allura. Which is why I'm like, this is a good plug-and-play, because you can put it wherever. And the idea was to, like, give more lore about the Vane Wraith, give some hints for that, and kind of, like, balance it out a bit, because even though, like, no matter how I write it, the Empire putting fire cats in boats to make them drive ships makes them clearly the bad guys.
Right.
But their evil rat cult luring people into the sewers for Medicaid to then have them turn into rats to empower the rat spirit also feels kind of evil.
It definitely feels pretty evil.
And then I also used the bustling marketplace stat block for just exploring before you got there. And one of them was unexpected find. Revealed to the PCs that one of the merchants has something they want or need, such as food from their home, a rare book, magical components, dubious treasure. What beyond gold do they want for the thing? And that was when you got your asbestos base.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, how'd you feel about the session? Which, for the record, our actual play-along will not include releasing the plague in the middle of the city, because they shouldn't have that.
Luckily, that's my only plague that I have. I only have one file.
Which you did not contain. So the final roll, I was trying to figure out how to decide if the plague spread. And it was literally, the ritual had a DC of 14, which is like... I also use the event as like the default roll for just exploring the place. So like the agility checks, the knowledge checks, whatever, I just kind of set to the event's difficulty. So I thought it was fair to make that the difficulty, the relatively low number of did you contain the virus? But I didn't think any stats applied to that because that was really more about fate.
That's true.
Because you did close the door, but like I was pretty clear that's like the virus has caught up to you. You do need to open the door, and the virus, some of it will escape. You're not sure how much.
Right.
You absolutely could have Blaze of Glory, just got petrified in a cave. Also, do you see what I mean about the scars mechanic, though, where I'm like, hey, I'm going to have you roll every turn for a scar and got nothing?
Mm.
I really wanted to give you a scar.
Part of that was the D20s for the first couple rolls, but that was just luck on my part. I rolled really good. Like, there was literally 50-50 whether or not I was going to get a scar from those.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, how'd you feel about the session? I forgot you're already up to level 5. It was a tier 2 event, but you're a tier 3 character, so I'm like, that should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you could have probably fought your way out of here. Although, them escorting you all the way through to the shrine was like a worst possible scenario. I like to assume that my other players will, like, I don't know, distract people, do shenanigans, sneak someone in. Like, I feel like they won't be in a situation where they've just been escorted. Also, if you pledged allegiance to the rat god, you would have been allowed to leave.
Yeah, I wasn't going to pledge allegiance to the rat god. He was clearly evil.
What? The rat spirit? The one that's... To be fair, he represents plagues and culling of humanity, which are technically part of the ecosystem.
So he went out as he lived.
Kinda.
Plague.
Also, that serpent sickness, think about that for a second. How deadly is the serpent sickness if the demon just got petrified? Like, yeah. I use the demon stat block, but they represent, like, just a corrupt spirit, because spirits are the flavor of the day here.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, yeah, just thinking, be like, oh, you petrified it. You petrified the three-eyed rat demon. Uh-oh. Serpent sickness bad.
Yeah, no, I definitely, that was a very thrilling conclusion to the, like, I wasn't really sure what I was going to particularly do for the 6 hours of downtime.
Well, the 6 hours of downtime were specifically, most directions you went would have led you to this cult ritual. This wasn't a railroad situation, it was this is very adaptable.
Makes sense.
Like, unless you specifically climb the mountain again immediately, the point of the downtime was for you to find the cult.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you would have had to try to not find the cult. Which you could have. I was prepared.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't going to fight the dragon without reinforcements again, that's for sure.
Although, had you went to the noble's house, you would not have found the... Well, you might have found the cult, because he would have said, oh, by the way, there's some sketchy things going on in the city. Would you like he would have paid you to do it, to take this quest.
Yeah, okay.
He would have been like, give me some time to gather some forces. In the meantime, I have a favor.
Makes sense.
But he wouldn't have said help the cult. He would have said, there's a bunch of rat cultists in the sewers, kill them. For each rat cultist killed, I'll promise you X number of soldiers to fight the dragon.
Ooh, that probably would have been a better option rather than just exploring the sewers on my own.
I think, like, the thing is, I think I made everyone sketchy enough that you could have talked your way out of it, because, like, all the pledging to the rat would have done was made you a rat folk until it was dealt with. Which is just cosmetic. That was the joke, is like, I'm a cat person, I got hit by a curse, and it turned me into a were-rat. Did that do anything? I just kind of enjoy that the evil cult ritual was turn people to rats. Turn enough people to rats to summon demon. Also, as soon as he saw you, he started summoning a demon. I think he might have had a hint you were part of the problem that ruined his life. Oh yeah, also, I find it wild that they don't have an invisibility potion. But it wasn't too hard to just turn the spell into, like, this casts a spell once, and I'll remove the spell casting mechanic from it. Which I do think saved your life.
That is very interesting. The invisibility potion?
Oh, yeah. Although I do find it really funny that Shadow Shackle's ability, where it's like, oh, that's convenient. I didn't know I had that. You can get stuck here.
Yeah, that was rough.
So I realized something mechanically. If you're playing it one player, and you're restrained by the Shadow Shackles, and you have to use this Mark of Hope to make an action roll,
yeah,
you can kind of hit a point where I think the internet's debated of, if you don't have any hope, because you must spend a hope to make an action roll, do you just stay chained up until someone else does something or you starve to death?
Yeah, that's true.
I probably would have let you, if you were out of hope, I'd probably let you make a roll anyway. But I'm not sure if I was supposed to, mechanically. Because, yeah, I'm going to put in a little group chat. Looking at these rulings, how would you have ruled that? If they had no hope, were they just stuck there till death?
Let's see. To interfere to the point within far range, all targets in close range are restrained by smoky chains. So, target restrained by. I mean, yeah, that just looks like they would just be restrained if they don't have hope.
I feel like because it's a solo campaign, though, that's just like, oh, you lose because that's like Dragonite hits you with Wrap and you have no other Pokemon, so you can't switch, so you just die to Wrap. It's just like not satisfying. So I probably would have let you try and make the roll. If you didn't have any hope, I'd let you still make the action roll regardless. Also, it doesn't say if killing him ends it.
Yeah, this particular ability seems like it could probably use some reworking.
I mean, for the record, I was good. I was torn whether or not him being petrified would end it. I feel like if he died, I would end it. But him being petrified mid-cast, just while cackling at you, I thought if it went too long, I'd probably just... If you ran out of hope, I was going to have it just end from him being petrified, full disclosure.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'd be
like, because it's like, oh, this would be a soft block normally. Well, he's petrified. Also, hey, I gave you such a deadly item.
It is definitely... they're not expecting you to play a single-player campaign. So it is a little bit more balanced if you have more players.
Because then you just...
But...
I assume killing the guy would end it, and your party members would just kill the guy.
It does seem... It's a little bit vague. This particular ability seems to leave a lot of discretion up to the DM.
Because, yeah, like, also... It says they must break free with a successful Tracker Instinct. I would let other players break you free. For sure. Like, if you said, oh, I want to break... I'm going to say Oscar for fun. I want to break Oscar out of the chains. I'd be like, okay, roll a Strength or Instinct roll to break Oscar out. And I'd make it only the person restrained by it must spend a hope.
Right.
Because there's no reason someone couldn't break you out of the chains. I'd also rule it if you killed the guy, the spell would end. That feels fair. There's probably a rule in there somewhere that spells end when you kill the person.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, any
most of the time spell duration. Most of the time, spell durations are like based on the number of tokens,
or a countdown timer, or they just go.
Yeah.
Also, I summoned, so there's a spell to summon a Dynamic Hound pack, and it was going to be a Dynamic Rat pack, but I still would have used the Dread Howl ability, where I say the Dynamic Rats do a dreadful howl at you, which I think would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
But yeah, closing thoughts on this session before we wrap things up.
No, I think this was an awesome session, and like, I don't know what I was planning on using the flag for, but like,
bombing your one allied city was a choice.
Bombing the rat cult, that was I needed to get out of there.
Oh, the rat cult was doomed. Like, had you rolled better, because I was having the cloud. So the cloud was on a 6-turn timer, by the way, because that's how long it took you to get there. And if you had made it to the end of the hallway within 6 turns, you would have been able to seal the virus in.
Right.
And then the people in the hospital would have been fine. And then after 6 turns, the next timer started, but you were down there for like 12 turns.
I could not break those shackles.
Which is pure coincidence, because there's no way I could have planned that to spite you. I'm like, ooh, it has shackles. That'll learn you. That was the entirety of the thought process. Ooh, it has shackles. That will learn you.
Serendipity, I guess.
And I will say, though, I'm really tempted in games going forward to make avoid death always cause a scar. I think that's the right move.
I think so, too.
Because at this point, you would have one scar right now, which feels about right. Like, you fought a dragon, being scarred from that feels appropriate. Like, I'm not going to retroactively inflict it, but that feels like what I'm going to do for both this and my home game going forward.
Yeah, I definitely think, like the...
Because that still gives people 6 lives.
Well, and actually, like, going down in the session is like, you know, you only have like 5 or 6 hit points, but with the threshold system, unless you're fighting something way beyond your level, in which case you should go down and get a scar. Like, it seems like it's actually reasonably difficult for a DM to kill a player because of the threshold system.
And I also think the wording makes it more appealing. So, here's a hot take. As someone who studies words for a living, like you do, players, when presented with the 3 death moves, one sounds lame right now. Do you want a Blaze of Glory, Avoid Death, or Risk It All? Avoid Death sounds lame. Now if I say, do you want a Blaze of Glory, Take a Scar, or Risk It All? I feel like that's a closer choice.
Well, especially seeing as taking a scar mechanically reduces the amount of hope you have.
But it also sounds cool. I know that's a weird hot take, but my players are very clear they like consequences.
Very clear.
So if you say your option is Blaze of Glory, where you die and do something cool, Risk It All, where you roll to see if you go down or stay up, or Take a Scar, tell me how this injury permanently changes you. I think like the role-playing potential of Take a Scar makes it worth picking. I know that's a weird take, but
I definitely agree. Avoid death / leave the scene it just doesn't sit well with. It's like the epicness of the campaign. It's like you're in the middle of an epic battle, you go down and you just avoid death. Like, no, it doesn't really sound right.
And I think like the Take a Scar gives a roleplay moment too of, you tell me, because a scar can be physical or psychological. Be like, how are you forever changed? Because yeah, it literally says the narrative impact of the scars up to you. You might bear a physical scar, a painful memory, or deep fears. Scars are permanent. They can be healed at GM's description as a downtime project or reward for a quest focused on healing the scar or something with similar narrative weight. So you can still remove a scar, but it has to be like a big thing you do. If you ever cross out your last hope slot, it's time to end your character's journey. Alright, so I think I'm going to do that going forward, which is, it's the kind of thing you can't really know until you play test, right? Like, you're halfway through this campaign, roughly. Just based on leveling alone. Did you level last session, or no?
No.
Okay, because you should level every 2 sessions in theory. I think I'll have you go up to level 6 here.
Ooh. Alright.
I am trying to, like, that should put you into tier 3, I believe.
Yes, I believe so too. Characters. Edit character. What do I get for level 6?
You get cool stuff for level 6.
So level up. Level 6, I can choose my level up options. I'm almost at max stress. Okay.
That's funny. You would be at max stress. Actually, you're like the least stressed out person I know in my day-to-day life.
Okay. Okay, so I can...
Or do I want to save the level up to the start of the next session and wrap it up here?
Maybe we can save this for the start of the next session, because going through the domain cards can take a while.
Excellent. So we'll start up next week when you're in the middle of a plague. You started. You are patient 0. You're blaming somebody else for the second time for being patient 0. And we will level you up from the strength you've gained from this experience of... Actually, I'm going to need you to remove the word amateur from that experience, and you're now just a bioterrorist. I hope during your level up, you level up that experience to being a +3, because that'd be really funny.
I am just a bioterrorist.
But for those listening, play-along adventures will be added when we feel like it. Send us those comments in shade. Tell me why I'm wrong about this game. And if you have a 1-to-1 scale Carl tattoo, he might give you a free pizza if you find him.
Yeah, I do think that if somebody came in to my store and they just like lifted up their shirt and there was a 1-to-1 portrait of me, I would be like, okay, yeah, you've earned a free pizza.
I mean, if they showed me a 1-to-1 portrait of Carl, I would also say, okay, I will buy you a free pizza. You deserve this. You've ruined your life for so little. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have fun. Mm-hmm. Oh, also, last week I said the Daggerheart Hope and Fear book. That doesn't come out till, like, August. I was wrong about that, lore. My bird.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah. Buy your stuff on itch.io. Or don't. Download it for free. I don't care. Bye.
Bye.